Oh, bother.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Pharaoh Fridays. I'm your host, Yin Yang Total War, and today we are back with Walwetes and the Palisade people. Now, in our last episode, the Palisade dominated in the battles of Yapo Shore, as well as seizing the town of Yapo to mostly burn it to the ground. However, when setting up for our siege of Megiddo, the enemy army met us out in the fields, nearly causing a complete destruction. However, we were able to undo them, and now we stand outside the walls of Megiddo, having to recover, but still, we wait and gather our strength for a final siege. So before we get started with the siege, we do have a little bit more recruiting to do. So what we're gonna do is get some more Marines.
Nobility resides
We're gonna
in
get
bravery.
2 more Palisade warriors.
Put your strength to use.
And then Palisade slingers. Now, I know
Our
that this is
fight
going
is
to be
just.
expensive. The food is going to start dwindling pretty fast. We'll be drawing from our own granaries. However, we have to bring quite a bit to attack Megiddo itself, because we're going to have to overcome the walls.
The world
So
humbles
let's
me.
go ahead and end this turn. Now, I do hope that this video finds you all well. And it looks like they are coming out to face us once again. Not sure what their thoughts are, but they believe that they can win, and so we will be fighting this battle. I'll see you there. As the battle begins, we look down upon the Palisade encampment, one which you can imagine was once teeming with life and activity. However, the women and children, and possibly the elderly, have all been ordered to the hills, because this is now the site of a battle. The Canaanite plan is to surround the city using a small distracting force while the main force comes in from the rear. Walwetes is no fool. He's seen this kind of tactic before. He's used this kind of tactic before. And he's going to eliminate the threat before it becomes one. So, the plan is for Walwetes to surround and kill the enemy's leader. While this force is distracting, the Canaanites are going to try to come in from behind and seize the camp. However, that is not something that Walwetes is going to allow. So let's get down into it.
Bloody curses! Gods help me! We will fight another day.
And already the distracting maneuver has ended, and the enemy forces are, well, waiting. What are they waiting for? Well, we can only imagine, but you have to keep in mind that back in this time, communication would have been a lot more difficult than picking up a radio and telling your forces to attack. So maybe it's timidity on behalf of the garrison commander, or just poor communication, but the enemy is only attacking the walls, trying to create chaos by starting a fire. However, Walwetes, the lion of the sea,
We are good at this!
he's trained his people well, and they're not going to fall for something like this. There will be no panic here, as victory is already assured.
Let's get out of here!
I take no pleasure in beating a weakling.
Are you here to talk or to fight? Bows! Fire!
And now, be it as a result of poor timing
Your foes
or
within units
impatience,
stand revealed.
the enemy is moving in. They're going to try to seize advantage where, unfortunately, there is none for them, as they're about to find out.
The foe has captured your siege tower. Your siege tower is no more.
And there he is. As the enemy tried to ransack the camp, Walwetes troops poured out, seemingly alone, which gave the Canaanites a little bit of a, what would end up being a bit of a surprise. Believing that they could eliminate the leadership of the camp right then and there, they all pour in and tried to attack him. What they were unaware of was the forces coming around the camp, getting ready to give them a present of their own.
Don't let yourself down, gentlemen!
You have captured the enemy tower.
Baal save us!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Realizing that the situation has moved away from them, the Canaanites once again begin to flee back to their city. The lion has triumphed.
I shall test your limits!
And quite a battle indeed. A decisive victory. With only 85 losses to their 526, the Canaanites will soon worship the Sea Peoples as gods. Now, looking here, we've got some... Well, we can take their war equipment, which would be good. However, we're going to continue to take them on because the Canaanites are going to one day be our people, and they will be part of our army so that they can learn our ways.
No one shall deny my people a new home.
And our army is even larger now, with the forces of Megiddo waiting to be conquered.
Strong still.
And we finally have our royal decree in effect.
Of peace.
So we'll be able to, well, rest and relax a little bit. Of course, after the fighting is done. So let's go ahead and develop the tribal outpost. That is going to be our next target.
Anything I can do, I will. Conserve
So we're going to
strength.
leave in camp stance because it is time to besiege Megiddo.
We have them.
And it says that we're going to lose pretty handily, which makes sense because we have no siege equipment. So we're going to get a battering ram. And while I'm tempted to go for wall sapping, I think we'll just go for some siege ladders. And that's going to do it. While we're at it, go ahead and eliminate one of their units with single combat. And he didn't want to fight us. Well, that's a shame, but that's okay.
Persevere.
Continue.
They shall yield. We shall not be stopped.
And we're going to once again end our turn. And of course, they want peace. We're not going to accept peace. Not for a little pittance of food. That would be silly. Yes, flee. We'll come for you.
Wonders stand.
And it is time to choose an ambition. So, what is going to be our ambition? Well, let's take a look at it. So ancient Megiddo stands tall, overlooking the valleys and passes through which all enemies must approach. Taking it would place your people well. And that's pretty cool. So we would have to make sure that the following factions are destroyed or confederated, that being Megiddo. And of course, we're on the precipice of doing that, so that would be an easy ambition to fill. But let's take a look at the next one, which is going to be Coastal Champion. The largest seaport in Canaan is a vital hub of trade and a jewel beyond, and a jewel to behold, excuse me. Assault mighty Ashkelon and lay claim to its coastal glory. So we could take Ashkelon. Obviously, it's the same kind of objective, and the rewards are the Shield of Philistia and Philistia, and victory points. So let's take a look at the Shields of Philistia. These finely crafted shields offer better protection, but it's the symbol they represent that truly fortifies their bearers. So plus 15 armor for this army for any shielded units, which would be great. Let's take a look at Megiddo's treasure. Labor costs minus 35%. So that means we're going to be better at besieging settlements. which would be really cool. And let's look at Inland Pioneer. So, said to be founded by the god of dusk, Jerusalem is the shining star of the Levant. Seize it by force, and your tribe may find a home here. So we would have to take out Jerusalem, and I'm guessing that that is Jerusalem. I didn't realize that Yahweh was the god of dusk. Never heard of that one before. I'll have to do some research. But we would get black ritual salt, made from a base mixture of salt, ash, and charcoal. Black salt is used in all kinds of occult rituals. So, movement on land, minus 20% for any enemies. That would be very interesting. So what I think we're going to do is go with Megiddo because we're already on the precipice of doing it. That'll be 3 easy victory points. I hope that we can go into these 2 later. If not, that's okay. I'd love to select all of them, but it's okay. Put that back away. And it is time to take Megiddo.
You are in my way.
Now it's still saying that we're going to have quite a time with this battle, but I think that we'll get through it just fine. Let's get into it. Finally, the day has come. After a series of grueling battles, the Peliset people will have a new home. Using what was left of the camp, the Peliset have formed 2 pieces of siege equipment and a very simple strategy: a frontal assault. Knock down the gates, climb the walls, overwhelm the already battered defenders.
Blasted slingers!
Now, the defenders of Megiddo, to their credit, understand that they cannot win a fair fight with the soldiers of, well, with the soldiers of the Peliset, with any of the Peliset, really. And because of this, they know that they have to hold them at the wall or sacrifice their families to whatever the Peliset want for them. Do the Peliset want to be noble rulers? They don't know. Couldn't possibly know that. And so they're going to defend this city with their lives. Every last one of them. Which is just what the Peliset want.
Your warriors seek to tear down the enemy gates. Enemy gates have fallen.
You will all die here!
Victory is within your grasp. You have captured the gates.
We will fight another day!
Already this defense seems hopeless, but the Canaanites, to their credit, are going to attempt to push the Peliset people out. As hopeless as a cause as that is.
Send them spears!
This is where we end it.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Sooner or later, we will fall.
Baal save us!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
You'll be at feast for the vultures!
Words hurt me even less than your so-called blows.
Let's get out of here!
The battle for the walls is over. The battle for the gate will soon follow. The Canaanites flee back to their homes to try to evacuate their families, and the lion has found a new den.
You will die to a son of Canaan!
Speak louder, General, or are you a mouse?
The enemy has lost the victory point.
God save us! This is impossible!
And a great victory over the forces of Megiddo. Walwetes never for a moment doubted his soldiers. And his soldiers never doubted him, and that is going to be the theme of this campaign. Walwetes just can't be stopped. Now, we are going to occupy, but to show them who's in charge, we're going to be looting and occupying as well. I understand that's going to create some provincial instability, but we have to show them. So let's do it.
The old lion perseveres. No one shall deny my people a new home.
All right, and as you can see, we can get some locals. We will start getting some Canaanites. However, that is probably not going to be this army. This army is going to be completely Peliset. And we are still struggling on the food front, although we're finally getting some wood income and just a little bit of bronze income as well. So let's look at our resources, see if we've got any food. It doesn't appear so. Perhaps in one of these settlements we'll be able to, but we do have a gold mine, and we need that gold mine. That's going to really help us out. That said, we do have to be careful with our stone. So let's see what we can do to get some more stone, speaking of, by looking at our diplomacy. Now, I imagine most of the kingdoms around here do not like us right now. Totally understood. And I'm used to seeing colors on this map. There we go. Okay, I see. I guess we're not gonna have colors here, but that's okay.
Prosper at all costs.
I fight for my brothers.
Okay, and they all hate us.
Nothing beats friendship, except power, of course.
I protect my warriors.
May the seas make...
May the seas make you strong in body.
And it looks like we're not going to be getting really anything done with anybody.
I stand strong.
Regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do with
More to be
Megiddo.
done.
Obviously, we are going to invest in that gold. And soon we'll start investing in the rally fields, but we've got to get our idle workforce back up and grown before we can do any of that.
By will or sheer determination?
And I believe that is going to be it for our turn. So we'll go ahead and end it, and then we'll roll into our final turn for the episode. It's Shimsu Horn. As the cycle turns again upon your land, the royal court convenes once more in the eyes of the gods. On this Shimsu Horn, unlock the following features, the following features have been unlocked: Pillars of Civilization, local deities, commands, and then the next one will be royal traditions. Okay, awesome. So we can look at local deities. I don't think that there's really any need for us to stretch out beyond Kuvava right now. No. Okay, so we do have a command here that we can use. Tell your armies to utilize their chariots animals for non-military purposes. Your mounted troops will be severely weaker in battle, but won't have upkeep. You'll also receive food or labor growth for every mounted unit, depending on the force type. Well, we don't really have any mounted units, so we're not going to use that right now. But we will get oxen carts added to our special recruitment pool if we just leave well enough alone. So let's leave well enough alone.
This too shall pass.
And of course, we're going to take some more troops on. I think what we're going to do is get some aspiring Pelicet raiders. Just some guys to
Safety and allies.
kind of eat up the front line for us, while the experienced troops, the veterans, if you will, circle around or do whatever they need to do.
The Pelicet welcome all.
And that is going to be it for this episode. So as always, my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll see you next time. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.